someone messaged me saying something like, "Is this girl wearing God, I want to find it now." They're like, is your co-host seriously wearing like tin fish or something like that on her sweater?" I was like, "Yeah, she has a very quirky style."
Oh my gosh, who was this
I
person?
can't remember, and
Do
I
you
know
know
we're in
them
a
personally?
hurry. So, yes, it was someone that messaged me about it,
Was it
not
was it
you.
positive or were they ripping on me?
No, it was like wow, that's cool kind of thing. It was definitely wasn't ripping on you.
They were just wondering,
They were just like, this is for real.
which is very strange to think that someone's thinking about what I'm wearing. But anyways, if you are wondering what I'm wearing right,
What are you wearing, sexy baby?
well, right now I have on this sweater. It's kind of red and white checkered, and within the white checkers, there's like red bows. This is like a what would you call this? A knitted sweater. This is Lisa Says Ga is the brand, and it is from my Nuuly rental, which I'm very into. Nuuly, Nuuly. If anybody wants to hear about my rental clothing service, I get 6 new pieces every month. Let me know.
Yeah, and it's a little cardigan with some little buttons that I would love to undo.
I already did the top one for you, babe.
I don't know. I keep trying to make this sexy, and it's not going.
Yeah, that sexy big oversized cardigan.
My quirky little girl, my
It's
quirky little
giving
sweet.
15-year-old librarian.
Okay, why do we always got to make me into a pedophile?
I don't think that we do that.
Okay, it's a joint effort, I think. But, anyways, welcome back to Wait You're Mad. I'm Lexi,
And I'm Maddie.
and it felt so weird to say it Lexi Maddie instead of Maddie and Lexi, but we're your hosts.
I'm just usually the one that remembers first, I think. We have
You
a lot
say
of
it every
episodes where we
time.
forget to introduce ourselves, and I think we tend to have a lot of new listeners every single week, so those who aren't familiar with our voices yet, it's I think it's important, right? We should do
Yeah.
that every time. Hold on. I can't hear you because I turned my speakers down too far
Oh my gosh, Maddie, get it right, get it tight.
because you were doing the sexy thing.
Yeah, I was doing that sexy little bit there.
Yeah, fun fact, when I first met Lexi, I think I was approximately in the 5th grade, she called herself Sexy Lexi.
How
This
many
was the rumor on the street.
how many times do I have to tell you that I did not it was something that someone didn't like said that I did. But I guess in her defense, my AIM screen name was at one point Lexi Sexy. So it was backwards.
Okay,
But
I'm dead.
that's only because I was assigned the name. Jeez, give me a break.
True.
I'm just a rule
Simply too,
follower.
it was simply too perfect.
Simply
When
too
your
perfect.
name rhymes with sexy, you call yourself Sexy Wexy or whatever, Mexy.
Wex. I think I did have Wex as a screen name too. I just switched it up a lot just for the attention.
Well, speaking of sexy and sweaters, today's theme is finding small joys and survival hacks as we slide into the cold, dark months. And we're going to talk about the things that we're wishing for and saying yes to, even with the
Yeah,
sun setting at 4:30.
it's that time of year again. We're officially entering hibernation mode. Fuzzy socks, crockpots, and the sudden urge to shop online for cozy things that we don't always need.
So this week, it's a wintry wish yes magic, the things keeping us sane as we slowly slide into seasonal depression, but make it chic. But
But
first, let's talk
first,
about,
that's like a recurring line we just gotta say together at this point. But
but
first,
first, what are you mad about?
what are you mad about? Let's switch it up. You go first.
Okay. What I'm mad about is I'm mad that I suddenly have this really strange eyelid problem. Have I mentioned this to you at all?
You did mention last week that you thought maybe you were having an allergic reaction.
Yes. So for the past 2 weeks, the skin on my eyelids is super red and scaly, and I wake up in the middle of the night or at work and it's burning and itching just from the top of my eyelid to like the bottom of my eyebrows, and it won't stop. And I did some research and I bought a few products that help, but only if I coat my eyelids in like an inch of this cream before I go to bed and in the morning before I put makeup on before I go to work. But the second I skip it for a day, like when I was traveling and I was in the airport, it came back right away. So, yeah,
Oh
it's
my,
so weird.
no, you need to talk to Nikki Clemon. She has had the same thing for years. I think she knows what it is, and you need to ask her what she uses.
Okay, because I've looked up, it could be allergies, it could be dermatitis. I did used to have eczema when I was younger,
Okay.
and it's like the same feeling as that. So I don't know, but if anybody else has the same problem, this is like why I'm saying this is my mad. I want an outreach to people. I can't be the only one with this weird problem.
Yeah, and that sucks because it's like not only there's a crease there, so obviously you can feel it like all day. I'm sure it's just this nonstop irritation you're feeling all day. But then it's hard to put on makeup. You probably shouldn't even put on makeup, and it looks flaky, I'm sure, not ideal to look at. So that truly, truly, I do sympathize for you.
Thank you, thank you. I am, it's coming together, but again, I don't want to have to do this every day for the rest of my life. So I don't know if it was the weather change or what. I have it somewhat under control, but then again, like from all of the creams I'm putting on my face, I'm now getting zits on all the other parts of my face. Like, look at this zit right on my cheek.
Yeah,
It's
and that's
just my
not
skin's
normal for
freaking
you.
out.
That's not normal for
Yeah,
you. That's a Lexi thing. Stop stealing my
yeah.
thunder.
Like I'm not saying like for me I have zit or anything. Like again, it's very low. It's not a lot of zits, but like for me, I just don't normally get this. So my whole skin is just freaking out for me, and I
Well,
don't know what's
yeah.
going on.
And it's that question of, is this forever or is this a temporary thing?
We're gonna hope it's temporary and keep
Yeah.
piling on the creams.
Keep piling on the creams. My creamy
Well,
girl.
yeah,
By the
yeah.
way,
What's for
speaking of
doing?
creamy, going back to 2000s dances episode, when you called Axe creamy and you said creamy multiple times, it sent me on my edge. Who calls a scent creamy and
Okay, but
Axe
do you understand?
scent?
Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's like a creamy musk.
I don't think it's creamy. I don't, but I also, you said it like three times, and I was like, could you stop?
Oh my gosh. Well, should have told me in the moment. Never knew. But no
I just
regrets.
did. I just did. There's so many things that I'm like, I need to tell her this, and it comes up at the wrong time. Exhibit A.
Okay, so do you think that it doesn't smell creamy, or are you not comprehending that? Like, do you think of creamy as a texture rather than a way to describe a scent?
Yeah, I feel like creamy as a texture or a flavor, not like something you smell.
So what about like what would you say like vanilla smells like?
Vanilla. You would call vanilla creamy?
Oh, hell yes, vanilla is a creamy scent.
Oh, this is just,
Let us
we
know
gotta
if
keep
we're
going.
crazy, people. I don't know. It makes sense in my brain. Maybe I have that weird thing where I can smell textures or scents
Wow,
have
you have a
textures.
superpower.
Yeah, that's what it is. We'll go with that.
A
Anyways, enough
superpower.
about me. What are you mad about this week?
Okay, mine is kind of long.
Besides me using the word creamy.
I'm gonna try to get to this and say it fast because it's kind of long, but I'm currently just getting back from vacation at Disneyland. If our episode would have recorded last week, you guys would have known that. I honestly don't have a lot to complain about, so I'm gonna like tell you about the hissy fit I threw at Disneyland because it was a doozy. And Maddie, I think I started telling you about it on the phone and I didn't get to finish. So here it is.
Yes, tell us how big of a raging bitch you are. I'm just kidding.
With my 7-year-old niece. So I went on this vacation with my mom, sister, 7-year-old niece,
You're
and my
frozen.
boyfriend. Let me just start off by saying that Disneyland is great. I can say as many positive things as I'm going to say negatives right now, but this is my weekly mad, so I'm going to be petty with this shit. So here it is. As an adult with anxiety, I was a hot mess for the first 2 to 3 hours of each day at the parks because of all the strategizing, technology, and people in general. I can't relax in those situations at all. I needed to have the best plan to get as many rides as possible with the littlest wait. If anyone is interested, I think I truly figured out the game. So if you want Disney trips for anxiety-ridden adults, let me know because I could do that. Anyways, everything worked out in our favor for day one at California Adventure Park. But day two at Disney, we had a little bit of a late start, which started my spiral. We had early entry, wasted it waiting in line for ropes at Indiana Jones because right before the ropes dropped, they told us the ride wasn't opening with the park. So we got on the Pirates of Caribbean instead. And after almost not being able to find it, we then had to appeal to my niece for a little bit. So that meant like waiting in lines to meet characters, some little fair like twirly rides. And the last one before our fast pass for Space Mountain was a submarine ride, which had a ridiculous line for what it was. Moments before getting on the ride, I realized that you have to go inside of the submarine and they like shut the lid behind you. I'm claustrophobic as hell. So I immediately was like, I'm out. I dipped. I left the line like after waiting in line for like 30 minutes. A boyfriend came with me. Here's where things went wrong. So at California Adventure Park, you can walk up to almost any stand and purchase a drink. You can walk around with the drink. You can even sip on a drink while you're in line. It's great. Disneyland, you cannot. You basically have to be sitting down at a restaurant that you most likely need reservations for to get a drink. And so basically, boyfriend was like, let's go get a drink while we wait for them. And I kept saying, no, we don't have enough time. Well, I was wrong. Apparently, when you're in the submarine, you do not have reception. I was like, what the fuck? Are they like actually going down into the deep blue sea to find Nemo, which was what the ride was about? I could not get a hold of them. So after standing at the entrance of Space Mountain for 20 minutes, and after not being on a ride for over 2 hours and arriving at the park at 7 a.m., it's almost noon. They finally walk up to us laughing, saying how cool the ride was. And I literally just snapped. And I threw a hissy fit, told them we might do our own thing for a while because it's 11:40 a.m. and we hadn't been on a ride in 2 hours. They asked why we didn't get a drink. And that's when I really exploded and explained to them, apparently Disneyland hates Disney adults and doesn't let us drink. By the time we got off the ride, I was good. We did not end up having to split up. We did not break out in a fight, but everyone did have to leave me alone for like the 20 minutes we were in the fast pass line. So to conclude, I'm mad at Disney for making alcohol consumption so freaking difficult. Like, I do understand it's for kids, but also I was at the other parks seeing no issues with their relaxed protocols. And I can imagine if you're a parent with kids there, it would be really hard. Like if you want a cocktail to go to a sit-down restaurant with kids where you need reservations. I'm just saying, I just think we could think this through. We could update for 2026.
Okay, so sorry if I missed this. Is Disney World different than Disneyland?
Disney World is Florida. Disneyland is California.
What I mean by this, like, okay, so Epcot Center has literally like a drinking around the world type
Yeah,
of
I
place.
think
This
that's
is
the only
different one.
area in Disney World where you can walk around with a drink. I think the rest of the park is locked down.
Got it. Yeah, I totally get it, but also like the adults are paying for the vacation and it's their
Yeah.
vacation too. So take the edge off. However, I totally get it. Some people are such fucking rum-dums that they would get fucking litty with their kids. So I don't know.
Yeah, but that's up to them, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but again, liability then for serving the alcohol and then allowing people to go on rides with their
Right.
kids.
And it's not, I mean, it's normal bar protocol. If you see someone intoxicated, you have the right to refuse it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I hate to be
Mm-hmm.
a hater because it was a very magical experience, but it did take a toll on the day. We started drinking at lunch when we had our one and only sit down meal, and then we basically couldn't get cocktails the rest of the day. It's just like
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah. Well, just going in having a different idea of it would be frustrating, but also like it's not even about the alcohol. It's about the fact that you planned like all of this trip, you're stressed out as hell, and like it all came down to being like spiraling because of that. We talked about this,
You know,
and like it was like my trip to Italy where it was like when you're planning the trip and then you're trying to when you plan the trip and then people are asking you questions of how to use the app or how to do this or how to do this, and you've told them 20 times. It's like,
Like we
dudes,
would,
y'all got to get on board with this because I am not doing this the whole time.
yeah, we did
So I
talk about that.
totally
I
get
did
it.
have a snappy moment in line where I was the only one researching and trying to figure shit out. And I said, listen, I am not going to be the only one that makes decisions because then it's going to fall back on me. You guys need to pay attention right now. And then we ended up having the greatest day. Like, I don't know if this
Yes.
is normal, but the lines, for the most part, we only waited in two lines each day that were 40 minutes. Otherwise, the lightning pass was key. Like, our reservations were great, which I need to give our travel advisor, Allie, a shout out. If anyone is planning any vacation for that matter, not just Disney, like any all
Go, Allie.
inclusive or any cruise, but she is like a certified Disney travel agent. Her name is Allie Downey. I don't know what we would have done without her. It was our first time at Disney. She gave us the best recommendations, reserved every meal for us, uh, gave us all of these instructions for all the apps and where to sit when the parade goes through, lightning lanes, all of that confusing stuff. So I highly suggest you reach out to her for a free quote. Her services are always complimentary because she's paid by Disney. So I'll link it in the details for this episode as well. But her email is Allie, that's ALLY, at dreamcometruevacations.com, or you can follow her or direct message her on Instagram, which is at magic with Allie, which again is ALLY Allie. But she was amazing.
So if you are a Disney adult or taking your children there, check out Allie. Is she like
Yeah.
local or something? Do you know her personally?
She actually worked with me at one point in time. She was my intern for a summer, and her
Okay.
mom worked for a company too, but she's located in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. But it seems like she's always at one of the Disney's vacationing. She's the real deal if you want a true Disney experience.
Okay. I'm going off topic. Well, it's on topic, but I'm straying. Hot take. What do you think of Disney adults? Do you think it's normal?
I think there's a fine line between like normal Disney adults and then being like a Disney adult that you're like, holy shit, you need therapy. Like,
Agreed. I think it's okay to enjoy Disney and the movies and the songs and all that good stuff. Maybe take a vacation like once or twice. But I think the fine line is when you wait in line to meet a character. And like, I have heard that there are people that dress up in big costumes like Winnie the Pooh or Mickey Mouse. And there's lines of adults that say, "This is the best day of my life that I'm actually meeting you," while it's like a 25-year-old kid inside the costume sweating his balls off.
yeah,
So
I've seen some
that's
reels making fun of
interesting.
that actually. No, I did see firsthand, like as the type of Disney adult I was standing back, letting the kids take the forefront and just kind of observing everything, taking it in. Whereas you did see some adults that were like up in it, kind of blocking kids in the way. Like, there's a person inside of that. Why are you like, these kids don't know that? And so it's a big deal to them. Just let them up there. Don't take
Yeah.
away from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. There's two types of people, man. So I
Yeah. And
can't.
that's where I'm like, you guys need some freaking therapy if this is the best day of your life.
Okay, I'm the person that going to Disneyland or Disney World is my absolute worst nightmare. I never want to go there. I don't like flip-flop thongs, and I don't want to see like weird people's legs with their feet in flip-flop thongs walking around with their
You
kids
don't wear
running around
flip
everywhere.
flops to Disney. You're walking way too much. You have to wear tennis shoes. Like, we
You
literally
should.
got 30,000 steps in this day too.
You should, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. My sister actually wore flip flops though, and she had on like socks with her sandals day two. So
See?
I should say you shouldn't, but some people do.
I, I know. I know, Lexi. I've had to go to Universal Studios before and not my jam, but love that for if I had a kid it'd be different maybe, but yeah.
Yeah. If an adult was going to Disney and they came to me, like, keep in mind, I went with a 7-year-old niece who, like, as much as she got the Disney experience, she's pretty low maintenance. Like she's pretty much an adult. So I understand things would go differently.
She's also an
But
only child, so yeah,
yeah,
extremely adult-like.
yes, I would say you have to do the lightning pass. You have to. It's amazing. You get to schedule a ride every 2 hours. We basically walked on those rides that we scheduled. It was $30 per day extra, which I would gladly pay to skip hours and hours of standing around.
So did everybody have this? Like, who wouldn't get that?
I
You're
don't
already
know.
paying for the Disney experience, which is
It's an
hundreds and hundreds of
add-on,
dollars.
which I wouldn't have gotten it if Allie wouldn't have recommended it. So I was so glad I went through her. And that's another tip. Do book through a travel agent because when we went to check in, they were telling us all the benefits we got because we booked through a Disney travel agent. So it's no added cost to you. They get paid and there's some benefits to it. You don't know if this would work out for everyone else, but my sister and niece and mom stayed on the resort. I opted out because it was $1,000 more, so I stayed a mile off the resort. However, I got to mooch off of all of their shit, meaning I got early entry both days to both parks if I walked in with them. So if you have the opportunity to mooch, do it. Also, I'm glad we ate at a sit down restaurant. I'm glad I experienced that. Going forward, don't bother. It's just very expensive. The food at the sit down restaurants aren't as good as the stands, I don't think. So walk up to a walk up stands, grab snacks throughout the day. Personally, I'm a muncher and that's better. I had a fried, like a fried corn dog.
Like a corn dog.
Yeah. I had a fried corn on the cob with corn dog batter around it. So it was like fried corn with corn batter. And I didn't hate it.
You know what? I'm in.
Yeah, and it had like the spicy mayo drizzled over it.
Oh, I'm in. I love a good like corn on the cob at like a fair or stand
Yeah.
situation.
And for being California, the corn was pretty good. It was sweet.
Good. Good
I just
job.
think there's way more to explore at the stands than, although the restaurant we ate at Disney was inside of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
I have another one of these things. Do you say Caribbean or Caribbean?
I say
And
Caribbean,
or does it
and
matter?
I say Caribbean, and I think about it every time I say it, which is why I said Caribbean this time. But I do say Caribbean. What is right?
I'm not sure. Personally, I'll say Pirates of the Caribbean, but then when
Yeah,
I'm like talking about like a geographical location, like where I'm
yeah.
going, I'll say
We're going to the
Caribbean.
Caribbean. Yeah, right. It fucked with me the entire trip. I'm gonna be honest. I can't believe the amount of times I said Pirates of the Caribbean.
And then you like had to think about it. That's
Every
where
time I
I
would
had to,
pause, and my sister would just look at me like, "You're so fucking dumb." She wouldn't say it out loud. I knew what the look was, though.
oh my God,
That's
yes,
a good call
listeners,
out.
Caribbean or Caribbean, let us
Yeah,
know. Are you on the same page as us?
right. Last tip I'm going to give. Well, I could get into the details of which rides to hit where. Let me know if you want that off the grid, off the episode.
Slide into
Last
her Disney DMs.
last thing, I sincerely believe now that I've been to both parks, I could go back and I could hit, sorry, Allie, you're gonna hate my suggestion. I would pay for 1 day. I would pay for 1 day, but get a hopper pass. I would hit Disneyland in the morning, California Adventureland in the evening, and take a break in between. Disneyland with my lightning pass, I feel like we hit all the good rides by like 1 p.m. We could have squeezed in more if JC wasn't like totally in the way. And then end your night at California Adventure Park where they serve the drinks. And the Guardians of the Galaxy ride is so fun at California Adventure. It's like what I'm imagining Tower of Terror to be like. I don't know that for sure, but it's like a tower type ride where they drop you, they shoot you up a couple different times. It's so fun. But that would be my recommendation for anyone going. Just do the hopper pass because I think you would be surprised. You could probably fit both parks in 1 day if you don't have a kid.
You heard it here, folks. I mean,
Yeah. Everyone's like, shut the fuck up. I'm skipping to the WIM. I'm skipping through all of Lexi's parts, maybe the wool socks too.
no, everyone wants to hear about my wool socks, you guys, right? So let's get rolling on our Wish Yes Magic. What do you think about that, Lexi? Sexy
I love
Lexi?
it. Rock and roll, baby.
Okay. I think we're going to pass on doing the sounds today.
Yeah.
We can just make them. It's too much. We don't have
Yeah.
time. If
What?
you listen to this and you think of a better way to describe these episodes, let me know. I think Wish Yes Magic is somewhat of a mouthful, and I love the categories. I just don't know a better way to say it. So if you know a better one, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Thanks,
What's up,
everyone.
you maggot?
Oh my gosh. You maggot.
Yeah, I'm WYN. Anyways, keep
Oh,
thinking.
literally, brain didn't even go there.
Okay, we're gonna start with wish. Maddie, can you do a wish sound for us?
Wish. That's my.
Yes. So, the thing you've been craving, missing, or hoping for as winter hits. This is cozy edition.
Okay. So I wish that we could bottle the 4:30 p.m. golden hour that happens after daylight savings time. You know, when that sun just hits just right, and for like 10 minutes, everything looks amazing. It looks like right now, it specifically looks like a fall movie set because the leaves are just gorgeous, burnt orange and yellow. And there's something about that peaceful time of day. Number one, like we're getting off work, so you can kind of relax. But also, even like on the weekends, it just looks gorgeous. So I know everyone complains about losing daylight, but I love it. I feel like it is a permission to slow down, light a candle, and make soup. And I wish that everybody would get on board with it and loved it as much as I did. So I love daylight savings time.
You're right. The sunsets during daylight savings time hits different. And I'm wondering if it's like because it's happening when we're leaving work, so we're taking it in, whereas when it happens like 8, 9-ish, like in the summer, we're already doing something. We're usually not in a place where we're prepared to like look and take it in. So I wonder if timing has anything to do with it, but it is extra beautiful. I'll agree with that. However, I'm one of the people that stay open later. I feel like I can fit more in after work. I feel like my night's already over and it's not even 6 o'clock yet. You know what I mean?
Yes, but I do. It gives me permission to go to bed a little bit earlier and start winding down. I get both sides of it. I think we need
Okay.
both. And so I'm just learning to embrace every season for what it is rather than being like, "Oh man, I wish it was sunny." And that was actually one of like my goals this year was to live more seasonally. So I'm trying to lean into this winter situation, which I'm a winter fan anyway, so I'm one of those weirdos.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's healthy. That's healthy.
Good. Well, what is your winter wish?
My wish. So, if any of you have been following along my work journey, last year around this time, my corporate office announced that they were closing and moving to Atlanta. I was offered a job in Atlanta and I declined because I didn't want to move. And then in about January, I was offered fully remote for my job and I accepted that. Well, they officially closed our office across the bridge in Wisconsin, which means I'm officially fully remote. I'll probably be traveling for work about once a month, but I really want to take advantage of this work style, go work somewhere else for bits of time this winter. The first will probably be my annual visit to my parents in Arizona. And I really want to time it around the Indians Festival in Tempe. That's in February. I think I mentioned that to you, Maddie. I'm going to rattle these off super quick, but these are just some of the headliners. Mumford and Sons, Goo Goo Dolls, Miles Smith, 21 Pilots, Cage the Elephant, Blink-182, Sublime, Public Enemy, Dashboard Confessional, Deer Tick, Group Love, Peach Pit. Okay, go. Marcy Playground. I'll stop now. But it's like a stacked lineup and I really want to go. I also want to squeeze in some hiking, some Jeep rides in the desert, and relax. So that's one of many opportunities I hope I can take with this remote work offer.
I'm so jealous of your working remote situation.
You're hit and miss with that topic, though.
Yes. I mean, personally, in my business, it's not an option. And again,
Hmm.
it's just not an option for me personally because my number one job is to be present.
Hmm.
And that's And so it just doesn't work for me. However, like obviously I don't have vacation days, but I feel so responsible for being there that it's almost like harder to take
No.
off sometimes because you're not just given an allotted amount of days or whatever. So,
And I think a lot of my job, it benefits me to be isolated because I'm editing and things like that. But I am like grateful that I get to go to an office here and there that will help break it up a little
hmm
bit. And I think you do need that social aspect once in a while.
hmm
So, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's just finally official after almost a year of looking forward to it.
Yes, I agree. That sounds fun. And I wish I could join, but I'm pretty sure I'm out. But again,
Whatever.
I'm
We'll
gone for
talk
work the
again more.
next following week. So again, it's just a lot. So
We'll
depends
see.
what's going on.
We'll see. Never
You know
say
how I
never.
be. You know how I am. Sometimes
You'll
I get a
probably know.
wild hair.
Okay, so moving on to yes, which is what I hope Maddie says to the Indians Festival in the end. We need a sound for yes.
Can you make it?
Here I go. Yes.
That was simply too great. Okay, I'm gonna roll with that. I love it. So I'm saying yes to embracing being a Midwest dork in the winter, especially when it comes to like dressing for cold weather. I want to embrace the layers, wear puffy coats, and I really need to invest in a piece of like practical winter footwear to wear to like walk my dog and to wear to work when I'm shoveling the snow because yeah, I'm sick of like wearing not practical footwear for that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I recently really got into merino wool socks and I've showed you them. I wore them camping and I'm fucking obsessed. So, merino wool, it keeps your feet dry, it keeps them warm. I wear them every day now. They're amazing. So, yes to merino wool.
All right. I do love me a pair of warm socks in the winter, like fuzzy socks. I can never have enough, honestly. So wool socks, I know they're not fuzzy, but if they're gonna keep my feetsies warm, I'm in.
Yeah, see, and I'm not a fuzzy sock person. I feel like they get twisted and turned around all over my foot, and I dislike that immensely.
Wait, are those
Yes.
the same socks where you left them behind camping?
Yes, that's what I was referencing when I said I've shown them to you, and I think
Yeah,
you
she
have a
loved
pair of
them so
mine.
much that she left a tornado of a few miscellaneous things when we had our camping trip, and those were one of them.
But you know what? Already repurchased because you never sent them back. So I literally already bought another pair.
No, I have them. I have them. I should have brought them when I visited. If you're
Yeah,
lucky,
and that's
if
okay.
if
I
if
just,
you see me this weekend, I can hand them off to you like a baton.
yeah, I just didn't have time for no merino wool socks. I needed more
Yeah,
merino
I
wool.
understand. You can never have too many pairs, it sounds like. Just like
You can
fuzzy
never have
stuff.
too much merino wool.
Okay, good to know.
Is this reminding you of creamy
Creamy wool.
merino wool? The sock of a champion. The socks
Like
for
cookies.
champions.
Like cookies.
Okay, what are you saying yes to, ma'am?
Okay, so I'm actually saying yes to change. And I don't know what is up my asshole right now, but I am like all fiery, ready to go, ready to try new things. I know that doesn't sound warm and cozy, but I just have the itch to freshen things up right now, a little earlier than New Year's this year. So I'm gonna
Mm.
find new ways to stay active because I think I told everyone I'm burnt out on weightlifting. So I'm gonna look into some newer ways to stay active, new experiences. I'm gonna try to fit some in when I'm traveling for either work or pleasure, and then traveling to new places outside of work as well. I'm kind of a creature of habit where I visit the same places all the time. I need to expand out of that. The big one that I have is that I have officially been at my house for over 8 years, which is crazy. And I'm finally ready to gut the style I had 8 years ago, which for some reason has been so hard for me to do. I've been mocking up new ideas with Sage, which is my chat GPT. I feel like every time I say it fast on the podcast, it sounds like I'm saying BT and I sound like a fucking noob. So, anyways,
Slow
we're going
down.
for Victorian, dark and moody. And I'll give you a little preview. The living room may or may not be ripe olive green. and I'm so excited.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I'm excited to see what you do because you always have your style is pretty like classic, but then there's always like a slightly unique twist on it that makes it you. Like even your colors that you have right now, is it like the iron color or something like that that's like brownish black? I can't even put my finger on what color this even is.
Sherwin-Williams Urban Bronze ain't going nowhere. I'm just adding to it. No,
Yeah.
I appreciate that, but that's like I completely kind of gutted and remodeled the house when I moved in 8 years ago, and I was like, okay, if I'm officially just making the choice to keep the house, keep the low interest rate, it's time for me to update. It's okay for me to invest money. It's been 8 freaking years with the same paint on the walls. It's time. So I'm excited about it.
I'm excited for you. I love all these new things. And I'm honestly really, really excited for our New Year episode where we talk about our goals and kind of what we're looking forward to. We could even do like a series on that in January. That
Yeah,
would be cool.
I've
While
been
we
thinking
do
through
dry
those as well.
January.
I've been thinking through those as well. So I'm ready for that episode too.
Yeah, and plug. We'll do dry January again. And maybe we
Yeah,
can start like a dry January thing where like we get people in on it and yeah.
I'm getting my work in now, I guess.
And we can all do it together.
One big sober family. No, but for real, I thoroughly enjoyed Dry January last year. So I'm looking forward to it. So moving along to magic. What's the sound, Maddie?
I don't know, magic. I'm not in like a quirky creative mood right now, if you can't tell by my two sounds I
Instagram.
made.
What unexpected joy or magic that you've had recently?
Okay, so my magic this week was weirdly, unexpectedly, a work meeting in Chicago last week that actually left me feeling good. I felt like genuinely renewed coming back home afterwards. I went in with the intention to be open and honest and talk to people, and it ended up being one of those times where everyone dropped the, oh, everything's great situation. We all admitted that we've been stressed or unsure, and it made me realize, like, oh my gosh, you're not the only one going through this. You're okay. And so I left feeling way, way, way lighter. I've got new ideas to implement, a clearer mindset, different ideas of like how to make maybe a different vision for the next year so that we can get everybody on board. And I just felt like I was doing the same things and expecting something different to happen that worked, you know, a year or two ago, but is not working right now in this economy or whatever the different factors are. And so, yeah, it was exactly what I needed to remind myself why I love what I do. And on top of it, both of my flights were on time there and back. And this is going on amidst the chaos that's happening right now due to the government shutdown. So, like, there's magic on my side when both of those flights were perfect.
So fucking true. My flights to Disney somehow were not affected either. I fully expected that to be my bad this week, but I hope companies understand the power of getting everyone together for meetings like this. Yes, it's money up front. However, it's like a reminder that you're all in this together. Yeah, like you said, you're not alone. You can take ideas from other parts of the country that are working for other people. It's just like a platform for people to say, hey, here's what's been working for me. It might work for you. Also, here's what's not working. And I totally know what you mean by that. You leave feeling re-energized and ready to like try something new. And that's awesome. I know you've been saying a
Exactly.
lot. You've been burnt out at work. So I'm sure that was amazing.
Yes, it was. I mean, it was. Yeah, I'm still so burnt out, but at least I have like some new ideas to try, even if they don't work. Like I just needed like an aha refresher. So
Hmm.
I'm excited. It was great, and I do love my job, and I need to remember that someday.
Yeah. There's
But
good reminders of that.
yes, I love what I do. I don't want to do anything else. But man, sometimes it sucks, just like any other industry or any other
Yeah. I
position.
mean,
So
even like this podcast, there's parts where I'm like, why the fuck are we doing this? And then there's parts that's like, oh yeah, I do like this. I enjoy this.
hmm yeah,
Yeah.
I agree, 100%. What are you feeling magical about?
Aside from Disneyland, I mean, what could be more magical than that? But I won't sit on this for long because you've already kind of mentioned it, but maybe it's just me embracing change. But for once, I'm not mad about the colds. I'm kind of just taking it in and embracing it. I'm hoping this makes for a joyful holiday season. I actually am ready for the holidays where usually I'm a Scrooge that's like, you're starting Christmas way too soon kind of thing. But in the spirit of just embracing the season, let's just name off some of my favorite things that come with the cold. Starting with Christmas pajamas, my ugly ass pajama sets where I look like an old ass lady in them, and I love it. Warm drinks. I cannot drink warm drinks in the heat anymore, so I really take them in during the holidays. I'm also going on very strong with tea season so far. I'm really liking my
Mm.
teas and my London fogs, beanies and oversized sweaters, fuzzy blankets. You mentioned it, soup. I ate chicken noodle soup almost every day for lunch last week.
Dude, soup, I've been told, is like a super old person thing, but I'm totally into it. I love soup. It is kind
I'm
of old people
It
shit, though,
is, but
isn't
I'm
it?
so into soup season, and you always leave it feeling like perfect. You're never too full from soup. It's
Yeah.
nutritious.
Dude, you know it goes perfect with soup?
Wine?
Homemade sourdough.
Oh, yes, which I need to try to perfect again because my last loaf was worse than my first loaf.
They call it beginner's luck. But yeah, you
It's
compare that soup with
great.
a fresh baked sourdough. So great.
Yes. Yeah, it will be bread season for me too. I could see that taking off.
Yeah, gain a couple lbs in December and then stop drinking and eating in January as much and it just not even without trying it just naturally kind of happens. So,
Yeah,
homeostasis.
well, coming off a Disney trip, I actually made a goal to myself to be in shape by Christmas and
What
go into
does
the new
what does
year
that
feeling
mean? What
good.
does being in
So being
shape
in
mean?
shape means fucking work out because I haven't since like August. Like maybe once in September. Like it just feels like it's taking a toll on me. You know what I mean? I'm a fairly active person. And so
Hmm.
I have zero muscle on my body. I wish you could see my leg. If I go like this and like jiggle around, there's no muscle. So I just want to feel like I have muscle, feel healthy. I mean, if someone asked me to sub in volleyball right now, I would have to say no. I would surely tear a ligament or something. It's unhealthy. I need to just get
That's
back in
true.
the
As we get
habit.
older, it's so much more important to like just stay strong because it's so much more difficult to like, gain muscle back than it was before. We're getting
Yeah,
old
if I don't
here.
start now, it's just going to keep getting worse. So it's not even like I want to fit into size zero jeans. It's
Yeah.
sincerely
No
like
one cares about that.
I want to feel healthy. That's where I'm at with
Oh
that.
yeah. When you're not working out, it's just such an obvious, and you're used to it, it's such an obvious
Hmm.
feeling that it
Yeah,
like
you
doesn't
know,
keep your vibration level up either, like mentally.
hmm yes. And I feel like my hormone levels are off, and working out helps with that too. Just a whole shitload of things. So, my goal is that by December, I feel like muscle tone again. And then going into the new year, then I'm not just like enforcing these like very strict rules like everyone does every year, Just go
Yeah.
ease into it, feeling already prepared.
I think we need to do more like cozy winter episodes coming up and like best practices. And you guys should give your input too, because
Did you
that's
just
the
say
vibe.
best practices?
Like,
Winter
yeah,
best practices
in the
co
Midwest.
in the
What?
Midwestern region.
First things first, put on your boots. Second things,
Well,
you're gonna need a scarf.
first
Cover
things
up
first.
that neck,
Well,
honey. Cover up that neck, honey. It's the first thing that's gonna get freezing. And then put on some chapstick. What's the best chapstick? What are the best boots? These are the things I need to know and I need some input here. So, we're going to do this. We're going to talk more about winter.
and it's official. You don't have to wash your hair as much. Beanie season.
Can't relate.
Well, the dry weather also extends the washes, if you ask me.
True, but the extra hot yoga classes make me wash it
And
every
see, I
day.
don't work out all of a sudden, so I don't remember that part. But soon enough, I will.
Oh my gosh, funny. Okay, well, I am going to go because we're going out for
Oh,
dinner.
Maddie, what's going on in the Des Moines area this weekend?
Darius Day, one of our guests, actually has a special taping for his comedy show this weekend in Ankeny. Tomorrow, Saturday, November 15th, and he has 2 shows to choose from. So you can actually find tickets at speakeasycomedydsm.com. And that is actually Matt Banwert's comedy club, traveling comedy club.
I loved our conversation with Darius. He's so sweet and funny. I wish I could make it.
I know. I think I'll be in Dubuque, so I won't be able to either. So good luck.
But you should.
But you should
But you should.
do it. Do it.
Do it or else. Or else.
So make sure to follow Darius Day and be sure to follow us every week. Every Friday, we have new episodes out on Spotify and Apple.
Yeah, and make sure to follow us on social media and TikTok and Instagram at Wait You're Mad.
All right,
Awesome.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.